Hey guys, Brett here, and today I'm going to be taking a look at a new software called LiveCaster. Now, LiveCaster is actually a misnomer because LiveCaster is not live. LiveCaster does broadcast Facebook Lives, but the point of LiveCaster is that it broadcasts pre-recorded videos as Facebook Lives. So the first question you might be asking yourself is, why would you want to do this? Why would you want to broadcast a pre-recorded video as a Facebook Live? Well, there's actually two main reasons why you would want to do that. The first reason is that Facebook Lives get more views. If you put a video on Facebook and you put a live on Facebook, you're going to get more views to a Facebook Live. So just that alone is a reason to be doing Facebook Lives. Now, most people are going to say, well, then why not just do a Facebook Live then? Why actually pre-record it? Well, the reason is because Facebook Lives are frankly kind of a pain in the ass. You have tech issues, you have internet issues, you have problems with your presentation or what you're saying, you screw up. You can't edit a live, so you're there on camera live. If you make a mistake, you're not giving the best presentation as possible. When you do a pre-recorded video as a Facebook Live, you're actually giving your people a benefit. You're actually giving the people watching the video a benefit. And the benefit is they're getting the best presentation possible because they're seeing a refined, edited, pre-recorded video. Now, there is actually a third reason. I said there's three reasons. The third reason is you can do other people's videos. So you can actually take somebody else's video and broadcast it as a Facebook Live. You obviously can't do that if you're actually live. So why the name LiveCaster is kind of misleading, it does use Facebook Lives. It just allows you to broadcast pre-recorded videos as Facebook Lives for the reasons that I just mentioned. Now, I'm going to get into my actual review and thoughts of this software in a minute, but first I want to go ahead and I want to show you exactly how the software works. Alright guys, so this is the LiveCaster software. Now, one thing I want to point out right from the beginning is this is Windows software. Now, I'm going to be totally honest, I know nothing about Macs. I've never even owned an Apple device. I believe that there's some kind of emulator that people can get for their Mac so they can run Windows software. And anybody with a Mac would actually probably know more about that than I do. But I do want to be very clear and upfront from the beginning. This is Windows software that's designed to run on a Windows computer. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, let's jump right into it. So there is a settings section right here. And in here you can actually set like the bit rate for your videos and the frame rate and stuff like that. Honestly, I didn't even mess with any of that stuff. I just left it at the default. You do, however, have to go to social accounts to set up a social account. Now, in order to set up a social account, you go ahead and you click on the add button. It's going to ask you what kind of account do you want. Do you want a general Facebook account, which would be for your timeline? Do you want to post to groups, or do you want to post to Facebook pages? You can have as many social accounts as you want. Once you select what you want, you go ahead and enter in your app ID and app secret key. What this means is you're actually going to have to create an app on Facebook. Now, there is a very detailed training on how to do that, but you do have to follow the training. You actually have to follow the settings step by step. Cyril is very good in it, basically saying click this, paste this here, turn this on, turn that off. It's very simple, but don't be like me. When I actually tried to set up my app, I was a bit hubris and I was like, oh, I know how to set up an app, and I didn't really pay attention to the training video and I screwed it up. Once I actually put my hubris aside and put my pride aside and followed the training video, it was very easy. It took me about 3 minutes once I actually followed the video. So if you decide that you want to invest in LiveCaster, do yourself a favor, follow the video, and it will be much easier to set it up. Something to keep in mind as well, even though you can add multiple social accounts here, you can use the same app ID for each of those social accounts. So you only have to create an app one time, and then you're done and over with. Okay, so once you have your app ID set up, you can then go to the video section. You can actually see I've already added one video, and that's when I ran my live test to my Facebook group where I was testing the LiveCaster software. In order to add a video, simply go ahead and click on Add a Video, browse around on your computer, and find the video that you want to add. Now, LiveCaster uses MP4s, so if you don't have an MP4 video, if it's an AVI or some other kind of video, LiveCaster will actually convert it to an MP4 for you. This can take a little while depending on the size of the video, but it will convert it to the proper format. Most videos are going to be MP4s anyway though, but if you have an AVI or something like that, you can use it as well, and LiveCaster will convert it. Once you add in your video, you then actually have a couple of options. Well, you can go ahead and delete it, of course, by clicking on the delete button. You can click on go live, which means you're going to go ahead and start broadcasting that video right away, or you can schedule it. I'm not going to show you the go live because go live is pretty obvious. You click on it and you're broadcasting that video to your Facebook group or your timeline or your fan page, wherever you want, right then and there. The more important thing, and the reason why I think LiveCaster might be something worth considering, is the scheduling feature. In order to use the scheduling feature, you simply click on the schedule button. And honestly, this couldn't be more simpler. You go ahead and you set the date that you want it to go out. You set this time that you want it to go out. Make sure you set your time zone because you want to schedule it in the proper time zone. Select your Facebook account, for example, your group or your pages or your personal timeline. Select the specific one that you want. Click on the schedule button and you're all done. It's really that simple. And that's one of the benefits of LiveCaster. That's really all there is to it. It's that simple. You know, I almost wish that there was more to show you than this, but there's not. The beauty of LiveCaster and the benefit of LiveCaster is probably twofold. It's scheduling, but also its simplicity. This video is actually really short just because there's nothing else to show. It's really that simple. Create your Facebook app, approve it, link it up to your account. That takes maybe about 5 minutes if you actually follow the tutorials. If you don't follow the tutorials like I didn't originally, it's going to take you a little longer. Find your videos that are on your computer, put them into LiveCaster, and either go live with them right away or schedule them, and that's it. You're now broadcasting pre-recorded videos live to Facebook. Alright, so what exactly do I think of LiveCaster? Well, I'm going to be honest. When I first heard about what it does, I was kind of unimpressed. And there's actually a reason that I was unimpressed. The reason is because there is free Facebook Live software out there. The first one that comes in mind is called OBS. OBS is something that I've used to do actual Facebook Lives, not pre-recorded ones, but you can actually do pre-recorded videos and broadcast them as Facebook Live with OBS. I want to be very clear on that. There is a free solution that exists. However, there are some downsides with a system like OBS. The first one is that it's very much more technical. It actually took me a while to figure out how to use OBS and figure out how to set it up. And I even screw it up sometimes. Some people may have seen some of my Facebook Lives where I've messed up the settings in OBS and the live didn't go through, or my audio was wrong, or something was screwed up with it. It is a bit of a technical software, and being that it's a free software, there's not all that much support with it as well, so you're kind of like just left to learn how to use it on your own. The second thing that made me think that LiveCaster might be worth picking up is the fact that you can schedule your broadcast with LiveCaster. Now, obviously, if you're going to schedule your broadcast with LiveCaster, and this is a desktop software, you're going to have to leave your computer on. You can't shut your computer off and expect the software to do its thing. But for most people, that's not a problem. I mean, I know me personally, I always have my computer on anyway. And computers aren't like they were in the 90s. They don't use a ton of electricity. You can actually leave it on and let the program run in the background and schedule your lives to go out at the opportune time. If you're in a different country or a different region where your target audience is, this is going to be particularly important because you don't want to do a live your time at, say, 6 o'clock and it's midnight somewhere else or 2 a.m. somewhere else and nobody's actually going to see it because you're not doing it at the opportune time. Also, if you want to actually live your life, maybe you don't want to be sitting in your house doing a Facebook Live or pressing the send button or pressing the broadcast button or screwing with OBS settings and wondering why it's not going through wrong, all just to get a pre-recorded video to finally go over Facebook like it's supposed to. LiveCaster is incredibly easy to use. You can schedule it, forget it, and it will go out on its own perfect every time. So that alone, to me, makes LiveCaster worth investing in. It's not a very expensive software, and just being able to schedule your Facebook Lives and being able to use it with ease and not having to screw with all kinds of settings is probably going to be worth it for most people. Now, I do want to make something clear. LiveCaster is Windows software. It does not work on a Mac. I guess if you have some kind of emulator or something like that, you might be able to get it to work on a Mac, but it is designed to be Windows software, so keep that in mind before deciding to pick it up. Okay, if you do decide to pick up LiveCaster though, there are a couple of bonuses that you can get. Now you're going to be seeing bonus pages that actually have the bonuses that are listed below here, saying that they're exclusive bonuses. I'm going to tell you a secret. I'm going to be flat out honest. They are not exclusive bonuses. They're from the vendor. They're in the members area. Everybody's going to get them regardless of who they pick up LiveCaster for. I do, however, have some exclusive bonuses. I actually have 2 exclusive bonuses. 2 of my systems are my Review Wizard system and my Group Traffic Profit system. Review Wizard is a system and a software that allows people to do reviews like I do on my BrettWertecki.com blog. Group Traffic Profits is a software that teaches people how to build up a Facebook group just like I do. And I really think that one's going to be relevant for people because this is a system about doing Facebook Lives, and I'm going to teach you how to build up a Facebook group so now you can have an audience to send your Facebook Lives to. But I'm not just going to give you both of these systems. I'm actually going to give you the agency access to both of these systems. And for anybody that doesn't know what my agency access is my proprietary system that allows you to sell my software as if it was your own. And I do this because I know for sure that the #1 thing people need to be doing is selling their own software. I also know that many people aren't software developers like I am. So I created the agency access that allows other people to sell my software. You're going to get agency access to both the Review Wizard and Group Traffic Profit systems as your own. This means you're not only going to get those systems as your own to use, but you're also going to be able to sell them as your own product using all my resources. This is a done-for-you product to sell. It's actually a done-for-you 2 products to sell. Now, I want to be really clear though. If you want these bonuses, you must purchase LiveCaster through my link by clicking the button below this video before the timer runs out. You also need to download the access instructions and claim your bonuses before the timer runs out. When the timer below this video runs out, I'm going to pull the bonus access instructions from JVZoom. It makes no sense to put a timer on it if I'm going to leave it in there forever, because people will still be able to get it. So what's the sense of the timer? So if you want LiveCaster and if you want agency access to Group Traffic Profits and Review Wizard, click the button below this video before the timer runs out, and make sure you access your bonuses before the timer runs out as well, because I'm going to be pulling them. Alrighty guys, thank you and enjoy.